What up? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, they've been on the set this whole time. Look at this thing. Luffy with the tier 1. Thank you so much, buddy. Hello, Drop. Buddy, I'm feeling better. Feeling a little better. But I'm okay. I have the new Bard 5 hand size. Yeah, we could talk about it. I need pictures of them. Funny enough. Zach, I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. I'm a little better than yesterday, but I'm right. I'm mostly feeling better outside of a nasty cough and the fact that I lost my sense of taste today. Oh no! Check if you got the cringe, man. Misplay, what up? How's it going, buddy? Do I play Mirko 2 or Zilla for Atlanta? Are you trying to win or have fun? There's the question. Trying to win or have fun? If you're trying to win, play Zilla. If you're trying to have fun, I think Mirko's a blast. Yes? Do you like the play pattern for Zilla? If you like the play pattern for Zilla, play Zilla. Easy peasy. If I reset and search, will they be on there? They won't. They're not. Damn. Yo, what up? Unless, I wonder if they're on the Heroes of Exandria thing already. They're not. I gotta go find the Critical Role cards. Probably announcements, yeah. Yeah. And then let's open a browser. Hey, that works. Then the UVS Discord announcements. Yeah, I found them. And we'll talk about it a little bit. What about Dobby 1? Not a legal character, sadly. Cannot play that guy. I probably have the cringe, but at this point, I'm 6 days out on being sick, so I didn't care what the point of confirming it would be beyond just confirming to do what I've been doing. Have you been around anybody? Atlanta is where the next regional is at? Yeah. I will say, Sean, and for the X amount of people who are here, there is a 1K that's happening before Atlanta, August 22nd, that I have been asked to advertise. And so I'm telling you guys about it now. I will get details about it to you probably this Friday. I believe it's in Virginia. If you guys are begging to go and play some universes for some real stakes, and it is a 1K guaranteed all the way up to 4K if it gets filled, which sounds dope. Excuse me, which sounds dope. Sounds so sick. Does this mean they're gonna make another Critical Role set? I hope we see Alora too. I have no idea, truthfully. Star Trek is coming to St. Louis as well. Correct. That one is a little bit later, though. That was a little bit later. Also, I will have more details about that event as well. Yeah. So we're getting some Gen Con Turtles promos tomorrow, please. I think they already showed that they are. Am I crazy? I've done... I don't like the new preview schedule that Universes does. There's just a lot going on. There's just a lot going on, so I'm not sure. Oh, I just clicked this to make sure I don't miss anybody. Any of the rest of my season 3 characters? Yeah, or campaign 3. I want to register, but I feel the event doesn't fire and refunds with cardio are cursed. Are you going to Gen Con? If you go to Gen Con, then you probably do it last minute, right? I doubt it fills. Are the Gen Con promos Leo's Katanas? I may be confused. The Leo's Katanas are the pre-release promos. I believe that the Gen Con promo was Sorry, I don't want to leak if I've got an email that I'm not supposed to share. Let me just double check. I'm gonna do this. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I thought that there was a promo of the 4 turtles as a Gen Con promo. I thought I saw that. No, I meant the Virginia event. I thought that's what we were talking about, but I just joined. No. Lighty Doctor, you're totally right. Totally right. That event is for sure coming up. There's like a 98% 98% chance that I'm there at that event live. 98% chance. TMNT has not been shown. I could also be talking out of my ass. I thought I saw a promo that had like I thought it was from like IGN or something. I thought I saw it on Twitter. That it was like the 4 turtles, and they had like it was like it almost looked like video game turtles. Gray Rat. Again, there are so many different versions of all of these characters that I cannot remember. Or you potentially think of the dumb magazine promo. I saw that one, which was like the 4 turtles and it looked like an extra chrome, but I thought there was an additional one. Those are main set, if I recall. This is this is fun. This is fun. Universes CCG. Let's look on Blue Sky and see if they've done anything. A little bit. No. I'm afraid to go look on, because I could have sworn I saw it on IGN, man. I'm gonna scroll just a little bit on IGN, but man, they preview a bunch of stuff. Like they tweet so often. It's the magazine one, Tam. What are you talking about? I thought I saw Gen Con promo. But I must be wrong, and it's okay that I'm wrong. But this is like 2 days ago, so I've got like 200 fucking posts to get through on IGN. I'm just gonna do a little looking, and that's okay. Guys, you guys know the Fantastic Four movie has come out? IGN. We're missing a bunch of alts in the Chrome still. Yeah. I just like saw it on passing. I should have like reacted to it like a good little shill, but I just didn't. Cause it looked sick. It actually looked like a alt art that I'd be down to get. It looked like it was the 4 turtles, in like a box, in like 4 boxes, and they like looked like oh, I wonder if I search. Can I search universes inside of this? Control F. Can I search universes inside of this? The answer is no, apparently. Like the arcade select screen? Yeah. And if you tell me that is the comic art again, if that's the comic book the magazine one, then I will stop scrolling. Like I'm down. But it looked like pixelated or pixel art turtles. It looked cool. Because I thought the comic one was the Chrome Rare thing. Or is that something different? They are main set. I'm losing my mind. It's on Facebook. Link me. Show me a link. Give me a link. Grat, sorry if the whatever kills you. The Nightbot. I don't even know if YouTube has a Nightbot. I scrolled so far. Oh, he got me a link. Visit site. Check this out. Alright, I'll click it. And then I will tell you, Gray Rat, this is not what I saw. It was the TMNT, the character card that has all 4 turtles, the 4 hand size, 40 health character. And it looked like this. It probably, if you guys just don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I'm probably just leaking. And that's probably just like where it's at. And so like, whoops. I might just be leaking. Because there's just actually 100 promos. There's 100 different ways to slice it. Can't get a call in the next 24 hours. I just messaged Lenoco. He's at Gen Con right now. I'm going to see if he'll message me. Let me go look at my emails and see if I'm fucking up. I'm gonna do this so we don't get any reflections. We should talk about something else, chat. Chat, everybody be chill. We should talk about something else. Everybody be chill. We should talk about something else. Chat, how are you all today? You guys got anything cool going? You guys want to talk about these? Wow. Man, look at all of these super confirmed promos that we have for Critical Role, for Gen Con. They look so cool. Let's focus on these Heroes of Exandria ones that are super guaranteed to be at Gen Con, unlike anything else I was fucking talking about. Because there's just no way. There's no way that anything that I just said would be even remotely at it. Yo, Chad, did you guys know that I'm a leaker? I'm a leaker. I have leaked the Gen Con promos, and I'm so sorry. I would like to formally apologize to UVS Games. I have had the Gen Con promos sitting on my stream literally for the past like 2 months. They're literally right here. There's Dorian, and then there's Fern. They're right there. Yeah, they've just been here the whole time. They've been here. Oh, we do. Yeah, we've been here the whole time. And they're super cool. And I didn't leak anything else. So everybody be chill. I thought about putting them there and then just like never addressing it. But then Rebby was like, there's no way you can do that. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? It'll be fine. I didn't see them until today. Yeah, you did. You live with me. You live with me. That would be a crazy assumption that you didn't see them. The Furnace Egg. I agree. I got one of each. So I got one Fern, one Dorian, one Little Mister, one Dorian's Lewd. Sorry, I was confessing my love to Lenoco. Am I getting fired from UVS, Tam? Yeah, maybe. But c'est la vie, you know? Like if that's how the ship goes down, that's how the ship goes down. It's not like they're not going to be seen literally in 12 hours. So, kind of crazy not to preview things if you want people to show up to your events. If they exist, which we don't know. I want to talk about these promos, and I don't know how I want to do it. I think I do, because like the one image that I had, can somebody send me 4 of these in like individual screenshots? I need the 4 promos cut out. Can I have that? Because like, listen, this is not a very, like, I think Dorian's flute is cool, and I think that this is not a very great way for me to look at what's happening. And then I could zoom out so that I could see Dorian's flute, but then you guys would be able to see nothing. So I gotta just have somebody like cut these out for me real fast. Maybe like a mod or something. You could just make you smaller. What are you saying to me? What are you saying to me, Misplay? Oh, I've been tagged. I've been tagged in a thing. Mod yapping. I'll get them real quick. Pippa coming in. Hey, she's not always here, but when I need her most. She shows up for me. That's what I'm talking about. Whoa, that looks so good. All right. Let's talk about it. While she gets the rest of them all figured out. The quality is ass, sorry. If they wanted the quality to be good, they'd have sent it in the best way. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Be right back. Pippa, stop what you're doing. Pippa, stop. I just realized in that email that I was about to leak with stuff and things, I think I just have the reveals. Oh, hey, look. These 4 Gen Con promos I was sent an email about. Look at these ones. Let's open image in a new tab. Oh, apparently I can't open the image in a new tab. That's weird. Okay. Save image as. Oh, it's already saved that way. Okay. And then we do this one. And then save image as. Alright. We're cooking. Oh, not that one. If there was an extra one to reveal, there would be, here's this one. Pippa, thank you so much for the last one. Save image as. And then here's the banjo. Save as image as. Okay. And then, oh, look at that. All right, we're here. Okay. I get to do this. And then open in browser. Okay. And then open in browser. And then open in browser. And then open in browser. Holy, these look. Choice. Okay, let's talk about them, right? I mean, we went through the whole ass trouble of literally getting me canceled from UVS. So let's chat about it. I gotta make sure that I am good here, right? I do this. And then I do this. And then let's do I'm gonna click on this one. Alright, I'm making sure that I'm good. I'm making sure that I misplay, I just don't care that much, man. that's gonna happen. Alright, make sure I'm not leaking anything else. We're back. We're back officially, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, just tuned in. Have I missed anything? I did not leak extra Gen Con promos. Iggy. And I don't appreciate the accusations. Alright, let's talk about it. We've got Fern. Look how beautiful she is. Fern Calloway, Mischievous Fawn. 633, Hell's Bells, Crown Keepers, Mage, Warden. Crazy stats. Chaos, Earth, Fire, Void. Insane, symbol spread. Insane. Says enhance your spell attack gets +2 damage, period. If it's got the fire symbol, it gets +1 speed, period. It's great. That first ability, all your spells hit a little harder. a thing that the spell decks are actively needing. I think they do a pretty good job of like flowing together, but and want to like play really long strings. So having a way to give your spells the extra damage is very strong. The fact that she's got the mage and the warden keywords, crazy. There's so much to do with mage and warden on as her keywords that it's gonna go absolutely nuts. So I think this character, just off of this, without even looking at the last one, right, is going to be so nuts. And then from there, sorry. From there, we didn't even talk about the response after your attack deals damage, mill 2. If you milled a spell attack this way, unflip 1 foundation, period. Unflipping foundations should almost be illegal. It is so good. It is insane the amount of ability. Like the idea of flipping a foundation is supposed to be once per game. I flip the resource, I no longer have access to it. If you put your hand down and I can take and play moves, play attacks over and over and over and over and over again, I will hit you and then unflip a foundation. This is going crazy. I can hit you and then I can flip it, then unflip foundations over and over and over and over again. Such as, I don't know, things like the spell card, Inspiring Song. Inspiring Song, you just get to flip over and over and over again. Again, trying to keep your strings going. Like, I think this character, because of the keyword she has with Mage and Warden, and because of the 4 symbols she has, and the access to the spells that she'll have, I think this character is insane. I think this character is insane. And there's so many spells under these symbols. So many. Under Chaos and Fire, you get all of the Jester spells from the Challenger deck, as well as, like, under Chaos and Earth, you get access to, like, Scanlan's Hand as, like, an action. The one Caleb card that gives damage for each copy is also cool option. I mean, there's so many. There's so many things that you get to do with this character. I think this character instantly, I don't know if she, like, cracks top 30. This character easily, like, out the gate, I think it's just the best Critical Role character. I think it's just, she is. It's either her or Tarion, right? I think this character is cracked. If you want to play spells, this is the character you play spells with. Full stop. But it only gets better as we take and I do this and we look at Little Mister. 1/5 backup with 3 stamina, 2 mid block, unique ally with the fire symbol. If only our character had the earth symbol so that we could play Hunter's Ally to then build this card in for free, but we won't talk about it. While this card is in your stage, if you would mill 1 or more cards, mill that many cards plus 1 instead, period. Despite this being a rules nightmare in whatever +1 means, when it comes to milling anything, the fact that she now has access to mill 3 if a spell unflip 1 is bonkers. Just makes her so consistent. I feel like you're going to have to attack Little Mister. And then response, lose 1 stamina, : after you spend momentum to pay for a keyword ability, increase the effect of that ability as though you had spent 1 additional momentum. Let me explain this. I use the EX, I think it's EX2, EX3 Warden ability on that Hunter's Ally that I referenced earlier. I spend a singular momentum. Little Mister can go down 1 stamina and fake that I spent 2 momentum. So instead of EX3, it's now EX3 once, it's now EX3 twice. So instead of +3 speed, it's now +6 speed. Insane. What an insane way to, like, spin it. And this is not like there's no commit cost or any of this. It is, I'm going to reuse this over and over again. It's very, very cool. I think that this card is going to be like a one of in some decks. I don't necessarily even know if this card is incredible, but I think that it opens up the door for a lot of really interesting ideas, especially for like the characters. Like this maybe makes me look back at like Endeavor again, right? Endeavor, now every time that I mill 4 to get my +2 speed, potentially +3 damage, it's now mill 5. Think about how quick Endeavor has been able to get online, but now with Hunter's Ally, I can play the Earth symbol, Hunter's Ally, Endeavor. I play Hunter's Ally, build in Little Mister, and everything is a mill 5 to do my thing. The same idea on the fire symbol with Reiner. Reiner now has a backup that I'm going to be milling X cards to get even more, more of a chance to find that +4/+4 in all the different card types. There's so much that this card can get you. I'm really excited for it. There's some really cool ideas when it comes to what this card is allowed to unlock. From here, Dorian Storm, Charming Minstrel. 5 hand size, 32 health character. Has the good, order, and water symbol. Love that we have a critical character with the good symbol. Something we have not had yet. Good and evil were not represented inside of that set. Good, evil, and all. Excuse me. But Hell's Bells, Crowns Keepers, Entertainer, and Warrior. So Entertainer, Warrior, those are the two tacked on keywords. FGC is a good symbol. Oh, you're so right, Skins. You're so right. You got me there. I forget that character has the good symbol. I forget that character is a critical character. Enhanced Tenacious, so playable while we are committed. Reveal the top card of your deck, period. If you revealed an attack this way, this attack gets +X or -X damage. Otherwise, it gets +X or -X speed. X equals the block modifier of the revealed card. So either damage pump or damage reduction, or speed pump or speed reduction. All in all, just a very cool 5-hand size stat stick that is constantly saying that the things that my opponent plays are worse in some regard, and the things that I play are better in some regard. Dorian's dope. Dorian's super awesome. I love that this is a very free enhance. It reveals the top card of your deck. I think that knowing the top card of your deck in order to make control checks is a messed up, insane thing to do. It is why I like playing the Jaegerists so much. Jaegerist followers says enhance commit, look at the top card of my deck, so I get to do perfect math. Making control checks is like the one real chance luck element that like our game is like consistently playing. And so the fact that Dorian literally no longer plays with the RNG element of making control checks means his character is just very good out the gate. Crazy. Any time that you attack him, I just know what the top card of my deck is. Insane. With that said, so does my rival. They get to look at it too. But who cares? I'm the one making the control checks, not them. But now let's look at the loot. We've got Dorian's loot. 2/5 2 mid block unique. Got the same symbols. This card cannot be flipped by rival effects, and it is interesting that it has the same symbols as Dorian. It is not an attuned card, so you got to have these ones. Enhanced Committed Foundation. If you have revealed a card during this attack, draw 1 card, period. So if I take and I use Dorian's ability, I can then, if I like the thing that is on top, Committed Foundation and then draw it. Obviously, I think Dorian and Dorian's loot is a insane character, especially under the good symbol with access to not def maneuvers. It is the Midoriya card that says after you committed to pay a cost, re-ready it. What is the name of that one? My sick brain is just not letting me do it. I can't remember. Chat will help me. But I think that the only issue that Dorian is going to Defiant Stance. Thank you so much, Pippa. Thank you. Defiant Stance and Dorian's loot is going to be insane with Dorian. I think the only thing that is going to stop Dorian from being competitive is the very first turn, and any turns that he does not find his loot, he is a real ass 5-hander. And so like you have to have some ways to draw and like grab pieces. He does share 2 symbols with things like Tasty Riff, and he gets to know when the 2-check is coming to help defend himself. Man, it's also crazy. Like he gives minus speed when it's a non-attack card, so you can like block really well. Like this character is like so nuts. This character is so good. These 2 characters are so insane. Are so insane. Yeah, kind of crazy. And then there are some edge cases like Pippa saying in chat, my 2 gets to play the lute to define and so like there are some characters that get to play the guitar a bit, but it's not that much, you know. I will say it is interesting. So my team's chat has been going a little crazy with how the word reveal works, because apparently inside the rulebook right now, and this by the time this video goes out, it might even be like patched and updated or whatever. By the time that this rule comes out, there is, or by the time the video comes out, there might be a world where it gets changed. Whenever you play an action, you reveal the card out of your hand and then play it. But it's not like, it's like a lowercase reveal, not like an uppercase reveal, you know? It's not like reveal 2 cards out of your hand to get a cool thing or whatever. It's literally like part of the cost to reveal it. And so like imagine playing like Aries Smile and you have to reveal the Aries Smile. I'm gonna find the screenshot that the teammates sent me. To make sure that I'm not mincing words. Game mechanics reveal different from keyword reveal. So the issue that I have there is reveal isn't a keyword, and keyword is defined by this thing right here. Let me see. We're gonna take a second. All right. Okay. Oh, pausing. If I play an enhanced ability on an action during an attack, does it meet the condition? Okay, so this is where what he read. Then reveal the card. It waits in the transit zone while you go through the process of playing it. If playing a card from your card pool, it stays in the card pool instead. So this word right here, I think works with this. If you have revealed a card, because you're revealing a card. But then at the same time, like, because like the way that you play a card is you have to announce that you're playing the card, and then if it's an action, you reveal the card. So like you reveal the card every time you do it. And so like there's a little questionable. It's a little questionable about like whether or not this works this way. Does that work for Mikasa, etc. too? I think the answer is yes, but the true answer is we don't know. We actually just don't know, and it hasn't really been relevant because we haven't had like something this crazy on like if you reveal for somebody to go look it up. But we will have to see. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. So with that, what do you guys think about these awesome critical role cards? It was I'm a fan. I think these characters are gonna make an absolute cannonball splash inside of competitive play. I mean, this is the level that I really wanted these Mighty Nine characters to all the critical characters to exist on. So the fact that we're getting them is dope. When do the promos become legal? We'll be seeing them in upcoming regionals. Iggy, I think that they are legal today because I have them. I have them right here. I'm playing with them. I think they're legal now that they have just been previewed, or maybe they're legal at Gen Con starting tomorrow. And so, I mean, I think that's the question, which means if you guys haven't gotten your emergency flight to Gen Con, you should do so. You absolutely should do so. So, now that I've previewed the only Gen Con promos that will be for sure at Gen Con, what do you guys want to talk about now? Whoever does the UVS Ultra updates, please put them up already. Yeah, I feel you, Skin. I feel you, Skin. Are there more Hell's Bells characters coming like challengers? I can say with 100% certainty, Bill Evans, I don't know. If they are coming, they have not told me about them. If you need something to do, you can tear apart my decks I've made post Turtles. Iggy, sadly, we are going to be talking about Turtles. My plan is we're going to talk about, I've got a 201 slide presentation going through every single Turtles card. And I'm going to just, like, look at them all. If I do this... If I click this, I typed in TMNT Lo-Fi to see what I got. All right. All right, we're gonna run it here. All right, I'm in. All right, dope. Ooh. Let me double check. All right, that looks good. All right, I'll click the record button for this one. 3, 2, 1. Oh, also, if you guys want, I've got TTS on text-to-speech. I think you can spend channel points or like do donation like bits or whatever to like get messages read out on stream. If you guys want to be in the conversation, I don't know how much I'll be able to read chat for sure. So if you want your point to be said on stream, I will for sure talk to the people that talk to me. Please no TOS or I will shut it off. That'd be very rude of you. Rude and lame. As I don't have a mod policing any of that. Let's get rocking. How many points for TTS? You gotta look. It's all there for you. 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. My name is Tam, and today we're gonna talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle card game coming to the Universes card game. The goal of this is we're going to be breaking out and talking about each and every card from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set in a large series called First Looks. I'm going to be breaking down and looking at every single symbol for the Turtles. And so, with that said, starting with the characters, we're going to go through each character, and it'll make sense as you watch YouTube, but so on and so forth. Let's talk about it. So, first character we got is April O'Neil, high school reporter, 6 hand size, 27 health character. It's got the all and void symbol. Statically, your checks to play attacks get +1, ally attacks get +1, period. Enhance, colon, so you can do this on every attack that is played. Your rival mills once. Take the top card of the deck and put it in the discard pile. Use the effect below that matches the milled card's check value, which is the blue number in the bottom right corner. If that blue number is a 6 or greater, which is weird, your rival discards a card. Incredibly strong. If it's a 4 or 5, the average, review one card, which means I'm going to discard a card, and if I did, draw a card. And then if it's a 3 or less, I get to draw a card. So on a 6, my rival goes -1. On a 4 or 5, I go even. On a 3 or less, I go +1. What an insanely cool character. I think this character flows through her deck very well, very fast. I love it. I love the disruption and how kind of annoying this character is in relation to what my rival is doing. Looking at the top, knowing like the top card of your deck is so pivotal. And so if there's any way for your rival to like actively know what's on top of their deck and you mess with that, it's very, very cool. I do think it's a little weird that your checks to play ally attacks get +1. Not really a thing that either of these two symbols are doing, but all in all, like, it's cool to have the line of text rather than not have the line of text, right? Have a little bit of a sub mini game of what cards does April want to put in my deck. It's interesting. It's interesting. But the real meat and potatoes of what April's got going on is definitely in that enhance. I like this character. The thought on this is we're gonna be a little more like competitive focus, competitive mindset, like how useful are these cards. I think this character is pretty high competitively, as long as like the enhance triggers the way that you want it to. Very easy for you to just like hit a bunch of 4s and 5s and then like kind of flounder a little bit. But like if you hit 6s or you hit 3s, it's probably gonna feel amazing. All right, up next we've got Bebop, Burly Brawler, 6 hand size, 31 health character with the earth and water symbols, brute and mutant keywords. So anything that references your if your character is a brute, you get bonuses to whatever. He's got brute and mutant. Enhance once per turn, add the top card of each player's deck to their card pool face down, period. Which means my difficulty is going to be a little bit harder for me to play my cards, but your difficulty is also a little bit harder for you to play your cards. So I take a penalty for you to take a penalty. And then I'm sure inside of the earth and water symbols, we're going to have some bonuses for doing that, such as the bottom enhance, which is if I have 3 or more cards in my card pool, face down cards count, this deck gets +3 or -1 damage. So my moves get really hit really hard, and your moves hit really soft. So we can say on my turn, when I play when I play out my moves, I play an attack. If it has some way to stuff a card, or I have some ability to stuff a card, Bebop stuffs a card. Now everything that I play has +3 damage on it, which is incredible. Or on defense, my rival plays an attack. I use Bebop and I block we both stuff one, and then I block. When I block a second time, now every move has -1. So after 2 blocks, I then get to give a bunch of minuses. All in all, kind of cool. A bit of work to just give +3 or -1. There are certainly characters in the game of universes that do this a little easier, but I do like this is essentially +1 speed, +1 damage, or breaker 1 -1 damage across the entire turn, depending on whether it's offense or defense. So I think that there's certainly some interesting gameplay to be had when it comes to what Bebop has got going on. From here we got Bishop from the Tales of the TMNT, the TV show, robotics engineer. 722. She's got the evil and void symbols, has the inventor keyword, which is huge, and then enhance : so playable on every single attack. This attack, mine or yours, gets +1 speed for every 4 cards in my stage. This includes things like my character. So for every foundation, every asset, every backup, every character in my stage, 1 for every 4. And the response once per turn, my turn or your turn. After you check an asset with printed difficulty 3 or less, build it. So this 7 hand size character, so we see a ton of cards, has an extra ability of when making control checks, build in extra assets. And so we're gonna very, very, very quickly get some very fast moves over and over and over again. This character has the potential to be a bit of a problem if they snowball out of control. And again, 722 with a way to build assets, very easy to snowball out of control. It really depends on what the assets that you're looking to find on the evil and void symbols are, which there are just like some really, really, really good ones. So I like what Bishop's got going on. It just depends on what assets can we build in, because plus speed on everything is just like always inherently good. From here, we've got Donatello, the smart one. Another 7-hand size, 23 health character this time with the good and void symbol. We have the inventor and mutant keyword. Love it. Enhance : your attack gets +1 damage for each asset in your stage, period. Love this. Absolutely love this. Because of the fact that Donatello, there are so many cards in this set, which you're going to see, have the counts as an asset for your abilities. This guy is going to hit so incredibly hard very, very quickly. I imagine like +3, +4, +5 damage on all of his moves. I think Donatello is going to be one of the most aggressive 7-handers in the entire game. It's going to be absolutely crazy. And then this is an insane drink. Holy cow, this is massive. Thank you so much. This is so kind of you. Okay, I have to start Donatello over because that's gonna be in every single in both of the good and void videos if I leave it in right now. So we're gonna go back. All right, up next I've got Donatello, the smart one. 723. He's got the good and void symbol. Inventor and mutant keywords. It says enhance : your attacks get +1 damage for each asset in your stage, period, which is insane because of one, the response on Donatello. Response: commit after you block with an asset with difficulty 4 or less. Build it. So we're cheating in assets with our 7-hand size, as well as we are able to there are so many cards that we'll see in the set later that have this card counts as an asset on them. I think that Donatello might be one of the best aggro 7-hand size characters that we can play, strictly because I think this guy's gonna give like +2, +3, +4, +5 damage very, very quickly on his face. He's also got like a really straightforward game plan of, this is what I'm doing on my turn. I'm slinging moves, and they're going to hit really hard. This is what I'm doing on your turn. I'm blocking with an asset, and I'm building it. And so, like, the game plan is, like, simple and straightforward. And simple does not mean bad. It just means straightforward. So I'm a huge Donatello fan. Up next, we've got Leatherhead, Eager Expat. 6-hand size, 30 health character. It's got the fire and water symbol, mutant keyword. It says first form, : which means it has to be the very first thing that you do on your turn. Ready, review, draw. During your ready step, into the combat phase, the first thing that you do is activate the ability of Leatherhead. Add the top card of your deck, or top card of your rival's deck to their card pool face down. If they have 10 or more foundations, add the top 2 cards of their deck to their card pool face down instead. So, on my turn, all of their progressive difficulty is +1 because they've got a card in their card pool. They have to deal with that. And then as the game is naturally progressed, if they've got 10 or more foundations, it's now they've got +2. So like all my moves get +1 speed essentially, or +2 if they've got 10 or more. This character is very, very good. It's +1 speed on everything, and it like forever. You don't have to like constantly press the button. You're allowed to commit your character to make it happen. It feels kind of cool. And then response: discard a card after an attack is not blocked. It gets +1 or -1 damage for each card in your rival's card pool. So let's look at it on our turn. I'm putting a card in the card pool, and then let's say they block a couple moves. They block 2 moves. I can then take and discard cards after my rival is out of blocks to now give +3 damage to my moves later on. Or even better, I think, let's pretend that my opponent is playing their 3rd move, and they're playing a 20 mid for 3 to close out the game. Well, I'm allowed to respond, and after an attack is not blocked, mine or my rival's, I'll discard it. They have 3 cards in their card pool. It deals 0 damage. And so Leatherhead kind of turns every card in her hand into like a mini deflect, which I think is really, really potent and a piece of defense that we haven't really seen inside of the game. Of like, yeah, I can block with all these cards, but also they definitely are useful on defense just because of the amount of damage reduction that Leather has access to. Very cool to see how the water symbol is shaping up with this set. From here, we've got Leonardo, the leader. 6-hand size, 31 health character with the all and good symbol. Champion, mutant keywords. Says response: after an attack is blocked, mine or yours, look at the top card of your deck. You may commit this card If you do, draw 1 card. Otherwise, you may mill 1 card. So after an attack is blocked, I look at the top card of my deck no matter what. If I want the card, I can commit Leonardo and draw it. If I don't want the card, I can either leave it on top. I can either not commit Leonardo and leave it on top, or mill it by putting it in the discard pile. And the response, after you mill 1 or more cards, this attack or your next attack gets +1 damage, period. And so essentially he says every time that a card is blocked, the next move is going to get +1 damage. And then any way that you can mill during attacks, this attack or the next attack is going to get +1 damage. So very cool, very awesome. Because of the Street Fighter Challenger decks that came out under the all symbol, Leonardo has a way to attack on your rival's turn. And so it's kind of cool to be like block, 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 and then play an attack on your rival's turn, and you milled a bunch on the blocks. And then you sling like an 8 to 10 damage move on them on their turn, which can be like really either disruptive or like game ending. So like I really like Leonardo. I think Leonardo's got a lot of potential. He's one of the characters that I'm most excited about, just because of like that gameplay loop. But I'm excited to see like how much milling this character can do in order to really lay the smack down on, you know. But we'll move on to Mega Mutant, 6 hand size, 33 health character. It's a lot of health. It's got the all and evil symbol. One of my favorite symbol combinations, all and evil. I love the idea of the bad guys having all and evil. They just want everything, you know? They're evil and they want it all. Giant and mutant keywords. It says response : after you play an attack, it gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each ally in your card pool. Now it does say ally in your card pool, not ally attack. So you can play like a bunch of ally foundations or assets or actions or backups even, and then like play one move all the way at the very end. Like I'll play backup, attack, and then give my move a massive speed and damage buff because of it. But all in all, Mega Mutant is just kind of a 6 hand size stat stick. And again, like these symbols are not like incredible for like wanting to play allies. Like it's fine. Like it's okay. But it's probably like not really necessarily where I'm at. I think I'm gonna have to see what the ally support looks like under these symbols to be able to tell whether Mega Mutant is like decent or playable or whatnot. It's okay. I think it's okay. It's fine. It's fine. I'm excited to look and see what the ally cards are. From here we've got Metalhead, Protector of Mutants. 5 hand size, 30. This is 37 health. Let me double check. This is 31. This is 37. 5 hand size, 37 health. Has the Earth and Void symbols. The Tech keyword, which is very cute. He's a robot. Response once per turn. After you take damage, your rival discards 1 card. Flip 1 rival foundation. I get to pick. So they get to pick the card out of their hand that is gone. And then I get to flip their foundation. And it does say after you take damage from a rival, after you take damage. And so you are allowed to like partial block a move and then still make them discard and selectively flip, which is, I think, really cool. And then enhance : increase the keyword rating of the next keyword you play this turn by 1 period. I think this is one of the most slippery slope broken abilities that you can have in universes, strictly because of how the card pool works, of constantly playing things over and over and over again. There are so many keywords that you actively want to just like increase, whether it's like all my stun 1s are now stun 2s, all of my breaker 1s are now breaker 2s. I've got a powerful 2 that I play as my 5th card. It's now powerful 7. So like a singular momentum just like ends the game out of nowhere. Being able to utilize keywords like this, or the ratings of keywords like this, are so powerful. If you told me that like Metalhead was actually the best character to come out of this set as like a disruptive, end the game eventually type character, I would not be surprised at all. The disruption of him discarding the card, as well as selectively flipping my rival's foundations, and then like literally any amount of breaker in this guy is just going to be turn-ending devastation. I think Metalhead is crazy. I think Metalhead is crazy and is like shooting from the hip. My favorite character to like be this is the competitive guy. This guy's so disruptive. And I love it. 537 is so much health, and he's so annoying to try and kill. I'm so in. From here, we've got Michelangelo, the wild card, 723. We've got the air and good symbol, Brawler Mutant. Response after your attack is blocked. Your next kick, pizza, or punch attack gets +3 speed. So if my rival blocks, I make the next one very difficult to block. If they block that one, I make the next one more difficult to block. If they block that one, I make the next one more difficult to block. So kind of a, if you block, you better block the one that matters. And then enhance rivals turn commit. So turn them sideways. Add 1 ready foundation from each player stage to their hand, period. You get to pick on both. So on their turn, if they've got like this really oppressive card that you don't want them to play as a flow card, you can enhance commit, lift that card up to their hand. As well as you lift your ready card up to your hand, and you can take and then block with that card. So you always have like a good block mod in your hand. A panic block, as you will. Or even, my rival is playing out their string and you think that they're done attacking and you can survive this last move. You commit Michelangelo and you add the foundation back to their hand and you go, I know what block zone I gave you, so I know to stay away from that one. As well as that piece was going to be really disruptive on my turn. That was a good disruptive piece that you had. And now it's off your board. You're going to have to reprioritize building that foundation back, so losing a foundation to play out of your hand, rather than building something else new and impactful from your hand. And so, like, a little bit of disruption from Michelangelo. I think this character has the potential to be really good. It's just going to take it's a really high skill cap, a skill ceiling to really showcase how good this character can be. I like it. I think this character is very cool. I like the aggressive leaning of 7 hand size, give a bunch of speed if you interact with me, but returning their foundations from the board to the hand is really, really annoying for them. It's super annoying. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what I'm able to do with Michelangelo. Up next, I've got Raphael the Muscle, 6 hand size, 32 health. He's got the fire and good symbol, brawler, and mutant keywords. Says enhance this attack gets +1 or -1 speed for each attack in your card pool. Very cool. The more that I play attacks, the faster my moves get, so that I can hit you hard later. As well as if I block with cards if I block with attacks, you know, the things that I don't want to do, I'm gonna get a bonus by them giving -1 speed. So block with a bunch of stuff. And then enhance discard your hand, your fury attack gets +4 damage, period. This is a really interesting ability, and on face, kind of looks bad. But it does present a bit of a mini game of, once you've discarded your hand to get that +4 damage, how do I get more cards in my hand to continue my turn? If you can figure out the answer to that problem, if you can figure out how to get more cards in your hand, and cards that you want, right? Like drawing foundations does not help you play out more attacks. This ability is not once per turn. So if I play a move and I discard my hand and it gets +4 damage, and then I pick up an attack and I play it again, I'm allowed to discard my hand again and then draw another card, and then play an attack and then discard my hand again and then draw another card. So there's a potential that Raphael can actually just give every move that he plays +4 damage, and then for every attack that he plays, it's also getting scaling speed. So it's like +1 speed, +4 damage, +2 speed, +4 damage, +3 speed, +4 damage, +4 speed, +4 damage. Giving your moves +4, +4, even +2, +4, +3, +4 is really, really good. So you've got a little bit of a mini game to solve when it comes to playing Raphael the Muscle. But if you can solve it, I think this character is going to hit really, really hard and kind of be a menace on turn 2, turn 3. Just coming out, just swinging. Up next, we've got Rocksteady, Easily Angered. 6 hand size, 33 health character. It's got the earth and fire symbols. It says enhance your charge. Love that keyword. He's a rhino. How do you stop a rhino from charging? Fury or slam attack gets +5 damage, period. Add the top card of your deck to your card pool face down, period. So again, we're seeing a bit of this card pool stuffing identity, adding cards into my card pool. Response: at the end of your combat phase, if you have 6 or more cards in your card pool, flip one non-character card in your rival's stage. So pick any foundation, asset, or backup, and you flip it. So if it's a foundation, it just goes face down. If it's an asset or backup, you turn it into a foundation. Face down cards in your stage are mandatory to be foundations. So every attack I play gets +5 damage. Very cool. At the low cost of essentially increase the difficulty of my moves after I've played them by 1. Stringing out is going to be difficult. Strings are going to be hard, especially if you want to use this top enhance on every move. Because for every attack that I play an attack, I give it the 5 damage, I stuff one. I then play my next attack, I then stuff another one. Yeah, I put +10 damage on the board, but I did Breaker 2 myself for the entire turn. If I'm able to play a move, or if I'm able to play 3 moves and stuff my card pool 3 times, I think it's selectively flip a thing in their stage. I will say that it is interesting that you're allowed to use this top enhance. Let's walk through it. Your Charge Furious Slam attack is +5 damage, period. You do what you can. I've pressed the enhance on my rival's turn. Add the top card of your deck to your card pool face down, period. It will just go in. So my move would get the +5 damage, and there's nothing we can really do about it, and then I would slam the card into my card pool. So if I randomly want a card face down in my card pool during every one of my rival's attacks, I'm allowed to technically press this button and then start pushing things. I got a question from chat. How does flipping something like a shift backup work? The answer is that it becomes a face down foundation, and then when it is unflipped, if it is unflipped, it goes back to being the front side of the card. So it goes to being an attack, and attacks and actions cannot exist in the stage. It would destroy itself. Great question. Let's talk Splinter Caring Father. 722. It's got the all and water symbol. Champion mutant keywords. It says first enhance, which means it has to be the very first enhance that you do during an attack. Once per turn, tenacious. So my turn or your turn. And then also playable while committed. Change this attack's speed and damage to the printed speed and damage of one other attack in your card pool. So, if I play an attack that's printed stats is a 10 mid for 10, and then I play an attack that's printed stats are a 1 mid for 1, I could take in first enhance and turn this 1 mid for 1 into a 10 mid for 10. That seems pretty good. Conversely, I take and I block with a move that is a 1 mid for 1. My rival plays an attack, a second attack. I can first enhance, turn their attack into my 1 mid for 1. So like another free block is you're reducing that damage and speed. Very cool. I think very hard to use. Things got to kind of line up in order to make Splinter work. But I think his more powerful, more potent ability is enhance rival's turn, commit, ready 2 foundations. Readying foundation or committing foundations for cost, whether it be for making control checks or even utilizing really effective potent abilities, is kind of gone by the wayside of the more snappy fast action flipping of the once per game. So the fact that Splinter can take and enhance rival's turn, re-ready a thing, re-ready these powerful commit cost foundations, I think is really, really strong. As well as just like accidentally, getting a little extra juice on his checks if necessary. I think there's something really, really cool about Splinter being able to use things like from the Attack on Titan set, Moment of Normalcy. Enhance commit, this attack goes back to its printed speed or damage. I'll enhance rival's turn and then re-ready that card back up. So now I'm putting 2 things per turn back to printed damage. Combine that with the first enhance from Splinter, I'm putting 3 things back to printed stats, or worse, depending on if I blocked with a low statted attack. There's a lot of high impact things that you could be doing with this character. I think it's really depend on the puzzle is on the face. You got to figure out how the deck works with it. Up next, I've got Superfly Malicious Mutant. 6 hand size, 31 health character. It's got the all in evil. Excuse me. It's got the air in evil symbol. Has the mutant keyword. It says enhance : this deck gets minus X speed or plus X damage. X equals the number of foundations committed to pass the check to play this attack, period. This character I think is very cool thematically. I want to play these big, massive, meaty moves so that I can commit my stage and make these big, hulking, monstrous moves even scarier. Make them crazy. And then I also love the fact that he's a bad guy. And then when you bomb your checks, when you check a bunch of 3s in a row and you're committing a bunch of foundations in order to play out your attack string, he's going to be giving your moves a bunch of minus speed, taking advantage of your poor luck. Perfect bad guy. He hits hard and laughs at you when you fail. Incredible. Incredible design. And then response : after you take damage, whether it be from a blocked move or whatever, damage at all, add 1 scheme from your discard pile to your card pool. That card cannot be cleared from the card pool this turn. So, the cool thing about this is if we have a minus speed on the character, so partial blocking should be kind of easy. So I block, I use my 31 health, it comes down, it goes down, it goes down. I pile a bunch of schemes from my discard pile into my card pool. When my rival passes their turn and it gets back to me, they don't clear. So as we see later on in the video, we're going to look at these schemes and just see how relevant they are. We'll see. From here, we've got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. 4 hand size, 40 health character. Each turtle's got 10 health. It's got 4 symbols. That makes sense. Air, all, fire, and void. The 4 symbols that are unique to each of the brothers. And then 4 keyword descriptors: brawler, champion, inventor, and mutant. Love it. How cool. Love that, love that, love that. Has a static on the character that says, if you check a 3 or less during your turn, you check a 4 instead, period. When this game was invented, the idea of making a control check was very similar to rolling a die. Our checks go from 1 to 6. This character says you can never roll less than a 4. Whether that is, I take the high risk and on my turn, I put a bunch of 1 checks in my deck, so that when I roll the die and I rip the 1 off the top, this really powerful, potent, incredible card, instead of the 1, which is the punishment, I rolled the 4. Very crazy. Like a crazy thing to do. Or just even taking and changing the math a little bit and saying that you can never check a 3 on your turn ever again totally changes how you build, what attacks you're opting to play. It just changes how you play on your turn so drastically. I think this character is one of the coolest characters that I've seen. His one downside is that he only gets to play with 4 cards every turn. So the puzzle, the mini game that you got to solve is, how do I get more cards, or how do I make these 4 cards as impactful as possible? Because you get bailed out on the check aspect. You're not going to be committing a ton of foundations. So that honestly means maybe you don't have to play a ton of foundations. I could play way more attacks than normal because on my turn I'm going to be slinging way more moves. I'm checking 4s. The issue with the character comes on my rival's turn, because it does say when you check a 3 or less during your turn, you check a 4 instead. So on their turn, we're a little soft in the middle. The shell's cracked a bit. I can then check my 1, 2s, and 3s. The dice rolling is no longer rigged in my favor. The fact that this character can't check 3s on your turn, the fact that this character has access to 4 symbols, the fact that this character has 40 health, I think this character is absolutely a character that everybody should be looking at potentially playing. I think there's a lot going on in this character, and that one line of card text, very slick, very simple, I think opens up deck building so incredibly much. One of the characters that I think that I could spend the next 6 months brewing and probably not find everything with. This character is very cool. And then lastly, we've got Wingnut, Mechanical Genius, 6 hand size, 30 health characters. Got the air and void symbol, Inventor and Mutant. Enhance once per turn, my turn or your turn. Change this attack zone to high. It gets +1 or -1 speed. So if it's my attack, it's going to get a little quicker. If it's your attack, it's going to get a little slower. And then response, after your attack deals damage. So after I hit you, I get to choose one of these two ideas. Build one tech card with difficulty 3 or less from my hand. So I take it from my hand, slam it into my stage, instantly is usable on the next couple moves. Or seal one rival foundation, period. Seal that foundation again at the beginning of my rival's turn. So not only do they not have it for my turn, I could selectively say that foundation doesn't work. It then goes back to their turn and they don't get it a second time. So I turn it off for the entire turn cycle. I think if you let Wingnut poke you down and get a bunch of chip damage in, she's just going to turn your entire stage blank, which is going to be incredibly annoying to play the game with. One of the boons that we have playing Universes is that all of our moves, all of our foundations do things, both on my turn and my rival's turn. The fact that Wingnut is allowed to just like kind of fly over that and be like, that one I say no, 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 and then on your turn it's no, 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 and then we get back to my turn and I hit you a bunch again and I go no, 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 and then on your turn no, 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 no. It's gonna feel like you're playing only half the game when it comes to what Wingnut Mechanical Genius has got going on. From here, I have been airdropped some food. So I'm going to take a couple of bites of my food and drink some drink, and then I'm going to get back to the air stuff. While we do that, chat, I would love to talk with you a little bit about your thoughts on the characters. Well, who's your favorite character? Who's not your favorite character? Don't have to wait for your turn to attack anymore. True, Nick. True, true, true. Was there a Shredder character? There is not a Shredder character. Did not get Shredder. He says, I think all the characters are interesting. I have a feeling Wingnut is going to be a prominent force in the meta in the upcoming regionals. I mean, maybe. I mean, being able to turn off your rival stage is like really, really good. Bardock Joe, that makes me sad. Yeah. So the TMNT license that they got was the most recent movie, Mutant Mayhem, and then the first season of the TV show, Tales of the TMNT. And so, like, those characters just aren't in that. So if you were to use Wingnut's response on your rival's turn, so if I were to use Wingnut's response on my rival's turn, because after my attack deals damage to them, right? I play the Kokosho. I would seal the rival's foundation. It would be sealed. It would get back to my turn, and it wouldn't seal. When it goes back to their turn, it would seal again. Superfly SF, my favorite so far. He's simple to understand. It feels like everyone else is a complicated puzzle besides selective other characters. Who is my guy that I thought was like easy? I think this guy's fucked up. I'm like, I'm gonna find the most annoying Earth Void list possible. I think this guy's crazy. This guy's the guy that I want to make good, but I think there's not enough mill stuff on his character. So maybe there's some stuff later in the future that's cool. But like, this guy's a lost hope, but he's got the all symbol, so I want to play him. This is the character that I think I'm probably like of the turtles that I'm probably going to be the most interested in. I think this guy's going to be able to build assets too quickly as a 7-hand size character. If there's any amount of flow that this guy can do, he's just gonna hit you so freaking hard. He's gonna hit you so hard. It's gonna make your head spin. Yeah. Metalhead is the character that I think that I'm actually gonna play out of this set though. And the TMNT if they're cool, because like I'm down to play a 4-hand size. Referee Jury is strong in Metalhead, dude. I just think that like giving all your moves stun 2 is like crazy. Just like every stun 1 is stun 2. Like stun 1 is so innocuous, stun 2 is so annoying. Every powerful 2 or every powerful 1, so powerful 2 is like the minimum, right? Any move that like looks kind of shitty because it's just powerful 2, I like put at the end and it's like powerful 3, powerful 4. Like you find any amount of draw power in this guy, he's gonna go crazy. 5-hand size, 37 health is so much. Trying to find 37 health with -1 hand size on every single turn is tough. It's just difficult. Like this guy is going to be good. This guy's going to be good. And I'm not gonna look it up, but you guys can look it up. One of my favorite characters ever printed in the entire game. Was Cadenza. You can go look him up. Another Earth Void, I believe, Order character. And he had a very similar idea of what what a metal man would do. So there's a lot of Cadenza in this character, and I loved Cadenza. That set was the first set that I ever played a pre-release in, and I like really liked Cadenza. And Cadenza was already annoying, and I think this guy's gonna be crazy. Somebody said, why not play May 2 then? The answer is because like I can't. May just like does the she like pays the health or whatever, and I don't want to do that. And it's also like I'm pretty sure it was the next keyword during this attack or something like that. This is the next keyword you play this turn. So you can like save them up and then like slam a massive one at the end. It's crazy. Like imagine like your rival, like you can't build up Breaker 6. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Jace. Or Powerful 40. Yeah. Turning a powerful 2 into legitimately turning a powerful 2 into a powerful 7 is game ending, right? Like if I've got 2 momentum and I play my powerful 2 move as my 5th card, I can give it 4 damage. If I play my powerful 2 as my 5th card, I can give it 14 damage. That's insane. That's game ending. I won the game. I did it. I think this guy's messed up. I'm gonna eat 2 bites and then we're gonna talk about the air symbol. It also doesn't help that I think the void symbol is really zany this set. I actually just don't know what to make about the void symbol. Okay, so my curiosity is in full swing here. Are there more Critical Role coming? Shogun, we got 4 cards. I can tell you with 100% certainty that those are the only 4 cards that I knew about. If there is more Critical Role coming, they have not told anybody in the community, i.e. creators at a Creator Summit. My goodness, Metal Man has access to Armor and Earthbreaker. Holy. Yeah. 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 Earthbreaker Stun 3 as your opening move is kind of good. It's pretty good. I have to mute up, and I gotta blow my nose. Sorry, chat. We are 45 minutes into this video, and I'm only done with the first one. I don't think we're gonna finish this tonight. I think it's gonna have to happen before or after the final round powwow tomorrow, which does ruin the entire thing. It means I have to wear this outfit again tomorrow, which is kind of funny. Yeah, that's fine. All right, we're gonna get back into it. All right, so let's take a look at the air cards. Nice and easy in numerical order. We got Mikey's Nunchaku, 0-5, 1 low block. All of these cards have the air tune symbol. Weapon, response commit. After your attack is not blocked, it gets +1 damage. So, Marauder declares no blocks. I snap the nunchucks, hit you for an extra 1. And the response, Sacrifice Tenacious. After you add 1 or more foundations to your hand from your stage, draw a card, and discard a card. I love Mikey's Nunchucks. I think a 0 diff asset that snaps gives you +1 damage to like get over some small breakers, takes your even moves into odds whenever they get partially blocked, I think is really neat, to apply that extra +1 damage. And then with Michelangelo, which we just saw, after you add a foundation to your hand from your stage of your hand, draw a card, then discard a card. If you don't like the foundation you have anymore, you can draw it and then get rid of it. Playable commit, like all of it just works. It all just works in tandem. I take it. I think this card's super neat. Is it a 4 of in every single deck ever? Nah, probably not. Is it even like a 3 or a 2 of? Maybe not. Maybe it truly is just a 1 of, even though it's like not unique. Because the lack of unique tells me that it's interesting. You get some choices here. From here we've got Dive Bomb Tackle, 5/3, 5 high for 5, 1 high block, Blitz. So whenever you play it, this deck gets +1 speed for each card committed to pass the check to play it. So playing this card first does not feel incredible, but playing this card super later feels very good. Feels really cool with Superfly, because Superfly has the ability of, after you commit foundations to play this move, it gets extra damage. This gives it speed, so this 5 high for 5 becomes now X high for X, with 5 plus X for every foundation you commit. So you play it third, you check your 5, you commit your 2 foundations, now it's a 7 high for 7. Great stat, great rates for being the third card that you played. I I think this card's totally chill. 1 high block, pretty incredible. I think Dive Bomb Tackle is a good card in Superfly. I think it's a good common to be played like at your pre-release. I'm not sure it's being played pretty much anywhere else. From here, we got Flying Heel Kick, 4/3, 5 mid for 3. It's a 1 mid block. It's got the kick keyword, obviously. It's got kick in the name. It says response card pool. So not necessarily even during this attack, but any attack. Once per turn, after your attack is not blocked, your next attack gains Flash, which means that you skip the enhanced step. So if you choose not to block a move that I play while Falling Heel Kick is in my card pool, I get to zip the next one that I want. Whether it be like big stats or whatever, or as my rival has an on board of enhance that they could possibly play. I think that's super neat. I think this one's super neat. Very fast move, but it's not hit very hard. It's a 5 mid for 3. I also like the idea of like the art of this one of we are looking at a card, which is looking at a phone in order to see the Flying Heel Kick. It's interesting, like the layers that the picture goes to. It's cool. From here we got Hang 10, 5/3, 4, 6 mid for 4 with a 2 mid block. EX2, charge, kick. It says response after his attack receives a speed bonus. If its speed is 10 or greater, draw a card and ready 1 foundation that has not been ready this combat phase. Period. So this card is incredibly potent if you can figure out how to give it 4 speed and then continue to give it 1 speed on top of it. So it receives the bonus, goes to 10, I draw a card, I ready a foundation. And then if I can make it go to 11, I draw a card, ready a foundation. Make it go to 12, draw a card, ready a foundation. So I'm allowed to play this Hang 10 super late in my string, commit everything out for it. And then if I can give it a bunch of speed and then keep pinging it, I get to ready up my whole board again and draw a whole bunch of cards to then play an additional turn, an additional set of moves. This card can absolutely spiral out of control very, very quickly, but a bit of a build around. You got to figure out, how do I get this 4 extra speed besides the EX2 on face, and then ping it for a little bit over and over and over again. There's some easy characters that come to mind, i.e. the entire community is talking about Izuku Midoriya on the move. Whenever you switch to his Quirks Unleashed side, that guy gets to 10 speed very, very quickly and commits his board to do so, which then Hang 10 re-readies it right back up. A lot of scary stuff happening with this one. But I think I'm really interested to see what other characters can give this the extra speed that it's looking for to fulfill this little game piece. I'm excited to see exactly what Hang can do. For me, we got our first ultra rare, beautiful looking card. Holy cow! An increased velocity, 4/3, 5 mid for 3, 2 mid block. It's a kick. It's blitz. So when you play it, this attack gets 1 speed and 1 damage for each other attack with a printed 5 speed or greater in your card pool. So you play it late in your chain, and then it's not a 5 for 3. It's a 5 for 3 plus X plus X. So play it late in the chain. Sometimes like a 7 for 5 or 8 for 6. It gets pretty big. And the response after your rival plays a responsibility during this attack, ready a foundation that has not been ready this combat phase. Responsibilities happen all over the place, whether you play breakers or I play a move, you respond to I play an ability to give it speed, you respond to cancel it, I get to ready a thing back up. So a very cool way again to just like ready our board back up at the end of a string to then try and play one more move or like convince my rival not to play a move because I get to rebuild that board. From here, momentum shift, 4/3, 4 low for 4, 2 low block, EX2 blitz. Clear all cards from your rival's card pool, period. So they all go to the discard pile. This deck gets plus 2 damage for each card cleared this way. So I get rid of all the cards, make this super easy to block, but I stack up a ton of damage. Then response card pool once per turn. After your attack is not blocked, your rival spends a momentum. So I can play this card early as momentum shift to say, if you don't block my move, I'll spend the momentum, which is a resource your rival wants. Or I can play this card super late if my rival's done blocking a bunch of stuff, and I make up for all of those cards that were blocked. Or if somehow they've added and stuffed extra cards into their card pool, Momentum Shift is allowed to clear all of them and say, hey, you better have a low block for this one, or it's going to go for your whole life total. I think this card's fine. Probably nothing to write home about when it comes to this UR. Clearing all the cards from your rival's card pool without clearing your own is a little trepidatious, especially with how slow the base speed is on this guy. You're really going to want to have had it's Michelangelo's face on it, the Michelangelo response on it to work. So it's like a 7 low for probably 6 minimum because they had to block the move. So like 7 low for 6/4 diff. That's really good. Outside of Michelangelo, I don't really know what we're doing with this one, truthfully. From here, I've got Soar Above. It's a 5/3, 1 mid block, 4 high for 5. Powerful 2. Has a static that says when you try to block a low attack with this card, reduce that attack speed to 0. If you notice, it is a mid block, so if I try to partial block a low attack, its speed is 0. So very successful. I will easily block this move. I'm still going to take a little chip damage. And then Blitz. So when I play it, your attacks, all of them, get +1 speed this turn. So I play my Soar Above early, and then everything gets very fast. Very cool for the Superfly, because all of his moves are going to get a bunch of scaling damage. And so starting with Soar Above, to say they all get a little extra speed, makes it really worthwhile to play out these big long strings and make my rival not be able to block them eventually. But this card just being a 5 diff, 5 high for 5 probably feels pretty good. And I do like the block trick of if lows becomes hyper relevant, you get to block with this guy and take the partial off of it. It's cool. I dig it. From here we got Spinning Crescent Kick. It's a 5/3, 5 high for 4, 2 high block, EX3 kick. Response card pool once per turn. After your attack is not blocked, your attack gets +2 damage. I like this one a ton. I play this pretty meaty move. It's a 5 diff, obviously. It's a little difficult to play. It's a 5 high for 4, great opener that says, at any time that I want, if you don't block my move, I'm going to just guarantee that it gets the +2. Michelangelo's already saying, hey, if you block my move, I'm going to punish you. Now I've got this other move that says, this other rail of attack that says, if you don't block my move, I'm going to punish you. Do you want plus speed on my next one, or do you want plus damage on this one? That's the question for you. And the fact that it's like its response in the card pool rather than like during this attack or whatever, I think is really, really neat. So this Spinning Crescent Kick can just sit in the card pool and wait, and then when they decide not to block something later, they have the choice. You get to slam +2 damage. And then from here, if you just got like extra Spinning Crescent Kicks, you can respond with all of them all at once. I got 2 Spinning Crescent Kicks. I just give +4 damage randomly. That's dope. That's really cool. From here, our next ultra rare, wowzers. We've got Superfly's Swift Dive, 5/2, 6 high for 5, powerful 3, which says spend momentum to gain damage equal to the powerful rating. So 3, 1 momentum equals 3, charge slam. And then Blitz, add 1 rival foundation to its owner's hand. This card, very similar to Michelangelo's character, points at your rival stage and says, that one, I don't want it there anymore. Get that one back in your hand. That low block, it's no longer on your board. It's back in your hand. Hey, here's a 6 high for 5, powerful 3. This card, I think, could be seen all over the place. Selectively returning a foundation to your rival's hand is one of the most annoying things that you can possibly do in the game. It is bouncing foundations, which is the colloquial term for from stage to hand. Bouncing your rival's foundations is so annoying. So annoying. It's weird that Superfly's attacks are on air when his symbols are all in evil. So Superfly's symbols are air and evil. Mega Mutant is all in evil. Easy to mix up the two. But man, I think this card is so annoying. If your rival has like some really potent continual on like stay in play abilities, this isn't going to be super good. Aptly wears the 2 check. I'm happy it's got a 2 and not a 3. Even if it was like a 6/3, I don't think that I would be here for it, man. I think a 5/2 is totally chill for this one. I'm in. I think 5/2 is where it's at for this guy. But I'm down. I really want to see what like slamming 4 of these and like 4 Chimera Krakens into a deck looks like, right? Commit and freeze a foundation and then adding rival foundations to their hand, just like absolutely dunk on them that way. Seems annoying. From here, I've got 2 slow. It's 4/3, 3 mid for 6, 1 mid block. It's got flash, so we skip the enhanced step and then charge. Responds card pool once per turn. After your attack is not blocked, your rival commits 1 foundation. So kind of a slow move, hilariously, for being too slow. But it does ask my rival a question of what do they want to do, right? Do they want to take 6 damage from this pretty low risk attack? It's a 4 difficulty, 6 damage move, which is like pretty decent stats. So if they do that, they then also commit the foundation. So this card is kind of begging for a block a bit. And it is blockable, right? It's a 3 mid for 6. So this one's just like begging for a block, which then says that like later on in the turn, your response card pool, if not blocks, become a little crazy because again, while it's too slow, just works while it's sitting in the card pool. So you're not actually losing any value on it, which I think is pretty good. On to the foundations, we've got Above the City. It's a 2/5, 2 low block. Response: after you play this card, look at the top card of your deck. This includes when you play it as a form, so on your turn when you're like attempting to build it. It also works on block, so I block with it and then take a peek at the top card of my deck, which is very strong. And then Enhance Commit. This attack, mine or yours, gets +2 or -2 speed. I think this is an incredible speed hate card. Very, very aptly is worth the 2/5, 2 low block slot. Again, being able to look at the top card of your deck is just like a very, very strong thing to do in the Game of Universes. And so the fact that like you could do this both when you play it as an on your turn when you're building to guarantee your checks for your next build, or playing it on blocks to try and keep your health total nice and high is very good. From here, I've got Catching Air. It's a 1/5, 2 high block. Enhance Flip. Change the stack zone to high, period. Great. If you don't have a ton of low blocks in your deck, just being able to take and look at, just alternate into a high, make your high blocks solid. Makes sense. It's Wingnut's card. It's got, well, I guess it's maybe not is Wingnut's card just because she's on the card, but she is getting kind of tossed out of a car. So maybe not. Basically Wingnut's card though. Excuse me. From here, I've got Daredevil, 2/5, 3 mid block. When this card is added to your hand from your stage, this deck gets +2 or -2 speed. Absolutely is a Michelangelo card. I will enhance once per turn on Mike or commit. Lift this one. Your move gets -2 speed, and then I take the block with the Daredevil. And then enhance, discard a card, add this card from your hand. Essentially, hey, I'm gonna trade out this card out of my hand, which is not a useful block, to then pick up the Daredevil, and then with its own enhance, you then get to trigger the static on it for the -2 speed. Very cool. Kind of turns anybody into Michelangelo for this singular attack. Card's fine. I'm not sure it's going to see a ton of play, but it is neat to see that 2-card tactic with Mikey and Daredevil. From here, I've got Hold On Tight, 1/5, 3 low block, enhance flip. If this attack, mine or yours, deals damage, draw 1 card. So if you are hedging your bets of, I think that my move is going to connect, I will flip and then get an extra draw and get the bonus off of it. Or if you know that you're not going to block your rival's move, you can flip and get a better draw on defense. A bit of a risk reward of like drawing cards on my rival's turn is significantly worse than drawing cards on my turn. It's way harder to kill my opponent on my rival's turn. Or way harder to end the game on my rival's turn. But it is less confirmed that my moves will hit on my turn because my opponent has agency on whether they're on a block or not. I think Hold Tight is a totally passable 1/5 flip draw card. From here, I've got Scaling Heights. Love the picture on this one. 2/5, 2 low block, enhance colon, so no commit cost, no nothing. Your attack with printed speed 5 or greater gets +1 damage, period. If you have 11 or more foundations, your attack gets 1 speed. I think this card is kind of crazy if you're playing a very high speed, low damage deck. Because you have the full agency over every aspect of this card. You know whether your moves are printed 5 speed or not to give the extra damage, right? Which are most printed high speed moves have a low stated damage. As well as if you have 11 more foundation, so if I go to deadlock, it gets +1 speed. Normally the way this works is if my rival goes to deadlock, it gets the +1 speed. If I just slam myself into having 11 foundations on turn 2, including triple scaling heights, I could just give all my moves 3/3 and I have 11 foundations. That's insane. And the fact that it's not even like a commit cost or like a committed foundation, it's just I press the button. Press the button, I'm just getting stats over and over and over again. I think this card is super, super cool and makes me want to look at what does a printed 5-speed air deck look like. Now Hang Ten is getting there silly. I believe Hang Ten is a 6 mid. Yeah. So scaling heights. I mean, this is how you get Hang Ten to that extra speed over and over again. If I've got my 11 foundations ready at my board, play on my scaling heights. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm in. All right. From here, I've got Stunt Specialist. This is a 2/5, 2 mid block. You may sacrifice or destroy this card as though you were spending 1 momentum to pay the cost for an EX ability. So the cool part about this is a static, which means it doesn't actually have to be ready in your stage for its ability to be active and working. So I can take and play out my hand, and as I'm playing out these big long string, I can commit some foundations to pass some checks, including Stunt Specialist. And then when I decide to use the EX ability, I can destroy, sacrifice Stunt Specialist to make that happen. Very cool. Very, very cool. Next, I've got Swoop Destroy It. This deck cannot be blocked with cards with a block modifier of 3 or greater. So you gotta have a good block to block my move. Normally, the better card text or stats on a card, the worse the block modifier. That's one of the ways that it can help in balance cards. So like, if you know your rival has a swooping in their hand, and you popped swooping in, they wouldn't be allowed to block with it. It cannot be blocked with cards with block modifier 3 or greater, which is very. It's not very good on the surface level, but if you have known information, like I'll just use this example again. Michelangelo, right? I'm going to put that ready foundation up into your hand. I know that it's a 3 block mod. I'm going to swooping in and say you're not allowed to block with it. So I'll get the annoying piece out of the way, and then you can't block with that one. Feels like a cute little 2-card tactic. With that said, you are losing a foundation from Michelangelo, and you're losing a foundation from swooping in. So like, you are 2 for 1ing yourself, but 2 for 1 at the cost of my rival is going to take some damage guaranteed. Seems pretty good. And then from here, I've got Mondo Gecko, Righteous Reptile. Hair attuned card, backup secret rare, 3/5, 5 stamina, 0 mid block, which is heinously good. Has the ally, unique, and elusive keyword. First time we've ever seen the elusive key in the game. Says this backup cannot be attacked by the rival's first attack each turn. So backups already were a bit of a hindrance to target, because if I'm targeting my rival's backup, I'm actively not dealing damage to them to end the game. But because Reptile is so good, Mondo Reptile is so good, Mondo Gecko, Righteous Reptile is so good, I'm going to actively want to attack him. But the elusive keyword says that I'm not allowed to. Very cool, very awesome. Its ability says, enhance, this attack gets +X or -X speed, X equals its printed block modifier. The worse off your block mods are, the better you are going to be at slinging attack cards. Very, very potent stuff. And then the higher my rival's block mods are, the slower their moves are going to be. Wow. Just constantly +X or -X speed over and over and over and over and over and over again is so crazy. The fact that it has the ally keyword is also insane, because of the fact there's so much ally synergy in past sets that getting this guy out is going to be very, very easy. And so many moves are just going to have plus X or minus X speed for just almost no reason. And the response, after this backup is attacked, your rival commits 1 foundation. And that is on declaration. So the way that you have to attack a backup, instead of attacking your rival, is you declare that you're going to play the card, and you have to declare that you are attacking the backup before you make the control check. Before you make it. And so before that control check has happened, after this backup is attacked, my rival commits the foundation. Very, very good. Very, very good. They commit the thing. It's very strong. It's very, very strong. Especially with, like, you punish them and make them not want to attack it because of the response. And it's hard to attack them because of elusive. All in all, like, these secret rares are going to stick on the stage forever and ever and ever. They're going to be very hard to get rid of once they're there. And then last one, we've got Wingnuts Warning. 1/5/3 mid block. Breaker 1, which is huge. And then Tech. This says response flip. After you play a block, it gains Breaker 1. Which means that my rival's next card to play is a little bit tougher. Their check gets a little bit worse. So just having a bunch of these in my stage, I have all 4 of them. I play a block. I give my block Breaker 1 4 times. And then their next check has -4. Or I can even just block with Wingnuts Warning and Breaker 1 them. All in all, I think this card is really, really solid. One of the best 1/5s that you can possibly have in the game right now. If you have got the air symbol in your character, I highly recommend you picking up Wingnuts Warnings. This is one of the good ones. This is one of the good ones for sure. I'm going to eat more of my dinner. Barrett, you could say that. That's the thing you could say. I'm going to be running that by Sam Devereaux on Razor list. I think a lot of people will be running a lot of lists. I think it's really good. Man, I don't know how much more talking I got tonight. All right, let's rock it. Okay, so from here we've got the all symbol. Let's look at Leo's Katana. 0/5/1 mid block. Love the art on this card. This one, like every card we're going to talk about now, has the all symbol. It says response, after you mill this card, build it. Only playable if you have no assets in your stage whatsoever. Not even you've got no Leo's Katanas. Just no assets at all. And then enhance commit mill 1. If your attack deals damage, ready this asset. Interesting. So, I like this card a ton in Leo. Even if it's maybe even like a 4 of. Because I feel like the difference between having this card ready and having this card in your stage versus having this card not in your stage feels really, really potent. Right? It guarantees that you get at least a mill 1 to say that your next move maybe gets this move or the next move gets a bit of damage. And then if it's blocked, you respond with Leo, you mill, and then the next one gets an extra damage. And like you force, if you know that your rival's not going to block, then you just get to play the free enhance over and over again. And here's the other thing. The response says after you mill this card, if you don't have an asset, build it. Well, that's just for the first one, right? If I just like have 4 of these in my stage, that's mill 4 on Leonardo. If my rival isn't going to be blocking things and you know it, right? If you just like, if they have posture that they don't have the low block, whatever, you just slam all of these sideways and it's +4 damage on all your moves. and then your move hits, and then you ready them all back, and then you slam them all sideways. It's like a 0 diff that just like builds itself on the first one to like help you guarantee you have it, and then you turn them all sideways for extra stats. It's got a solid 1 mid block. I mean, this card might be playable inside of Leonardo. Where is it playable in anywhere else? That's a great question. Maybe if there's an all character that cares about you having assets in your stage, but even then, you have to check it on the turn that you don't have an asset. I don't know. Outside of Leo, I think this card might be DOA, and then even inside of Leo, it might not be fast enough. But at the same time, I think Leonardo's hurting for some mill. So the fact that Katana gets to do it at all might just be enough that it makes the cut. From here, we'll talk about April's Investigation. It's a 5/3/4 low for 5 with a 1 low block, stun 1, ally keyword. Response. After you play this card, look at the top 3 cards of your rival's deck and put them back in any order. Incredible to use with April's Enhance. And the cool thing about this card is it is a response and not a blitz, so you can even do it on block. So you can block with this card, response after you play it, look at the top 3, and then put them back in your order. So you get to know what my rival's next check is. Put a 3 on top, make them check a little poor. Put the 6 on top next, so that when they play that attack, they check poorly, turn their card sideways, punish them by making the discarded card. Very, very cool idea with this. I think April's Investigation is an easy 4 of in every single April deck that you are playing, because in April, it's an ally, which means you get +1 to your check to play it, which means it's, if you squint your eyes a bit, it's not actually a 5 diff, it's a 4 diff. And so 4 diff, 4 low for 5 with stun 1 that guarantees you get to use the ability on your character that you want. All in all, absolute back-breaking card for April O'Neil. Very, very solid. From here, our first all ultra rare forward flip slash 4/3 1 high for 2 with a 1 high block. Card's got crazy bad stats, but it does got some pretty decent keywords. Says it's got Echo, EX2, and Powerful 2. It says you may mill 1 as though you were spending 1 momentum each time you pay for this attack's EX and / or powerful abilities. So with Leo, let's do some math. It's with Leo and a momentum, because we'll talk about the Echo, because I think that's cool. It's a 1 high for 2. I then proceed to go EX2 by milling a card, respond Leonardo to give it +1 damage. So now it's a 1 high for 3. We resolve the EX2. It's now a 3 high for 3. I then want to use powerful 2, so I mill a card. I respond to Leonardo. It's now a 3 high for 4. I resolve the powerful. It's now a 3 high for 6. That's just on the first one. So as my 4 diff with a momentum, I can go 3 high 6 into 3 high 6 and do that a ton. Or if I want to use the forward flip slash, I go I play the forward flip slash and I mill 1 with the EX, respond Leonardo. My next move gets +1 damage. And so this is now a 3 high for 2. And then I can mill 1 for the powerful, respond to Leonardo. The next one gets a damage, 3 high for 4. And then when I go for the Echo, I then do the same thing, but instead of increasing the stats on this one, I increase the stats on the next one. And so I can give this one or the next one that extra +2/+2 over the course of it, which I think is neat. This card is a base statted EX2 powerful Echo move, and this is if I only use just the mill for the EX and powerful. I am also allowed to just spend momentum on it. Spend momentum plus the EX plus the powerful. This card pays for its own momentum. I think it's very cool, very, very solid. Got a solid 1 high block. I dig this card. I like this card a lot. Is it going to see play outside of Leo? I'm not positive. Is it going to see play inside of Leo? I think so, because you have to mill with that character. That's where it's at. From here, I've got Freaking Out. My actual least favorite art on maybe any Universes card ever. I would much rather see people get freakishly maimed in other IPs like Attack on Titan and Mortal Kombat, then watch April O'Neil puke on this card. 4/3, 4 low for 4 with a 1 low block. Blitz. So when you play it, if the card you checked to play this attack had a printed check value of 3, this attack gets 4 damage, mill 1. So if you check bad and you freak out, this is a 4 low for 8 that makes you mill 1. Interesting. It could be a 4 low for 9 in Leonardo, I guess, if you check poorly. I think my issue with this card is, like, yeah, there's a good, like, being a low zone is very cool. No, it's a 4 low for 4. But because there's so much RNG in the idea of it, it seems a little tough to get off. It's a little difficult. It's a little tough. I think this card's gonna be really hype at locals level. Like, you play for freaking out because you know you're gonna check a little poorly, and you're gonna check poorly and be like, oh crazy, I got the +4 damage, and you're gonna feel awesome about it. But I think in like any sort of competitive fashion, and this card probably is like classed out by some other moves. From here we got Fully Equipped. It's a 4/3, 2 mid for 3 with a 2 mid block. Blitz. This deck gets a speed and a damage for each different card type in your stage. So currently, we've got characters, foundations, assets, and backups that all can exist inside of your stage. So if you've got all 4, this is a 4 difficulty, 6 for 7. Incredible stats. But the mini game of getting all of those in your stage and keeping them can be pretty daunting, especially under the all symbol. And so I think this card is cool. The juice might not be worth the squeeze in this case. I think it's going to really depend on, like, does it work with your deck building idea? Are you playing the full package? Are you playing a rainbow deck? If so, maybe we can see this at like a 2 of. Holding all the cards. Sorry, it's this hand. Holding all the cards. 5/3, 1 high for 1 with a 1 high block. Blitz, mill 1. This deck gets 1 speed and 1 damage for each card in your hand. If you play this first as a 7-hander, you play this as your first card, you mill your 1, it becomes a 5 difficulty, 7 high for 7. Insane stats on a card. Insane stats on a card for a common. Obviously, the lower the hand size you get, now the lower the hand size you start, the worse off it is. The more cards that you can figure out how to put in your hand over the course of the turn. If on your second attack, you can figure out how to put a bunch of cards in your hand. Giving it extras is rad. I really, really, really like this card as a rock-solid opener in a ton of all decks. When I see this card, I'm really nervous about, like, what does Rodan do with this card under the all symbol? Rodan makes this a 7 high for 7 as the opener, and then puts an extra 3/4/4 speed on it. It's like a 10 high for 7 kind of for free. Holding all the cards Rodan is scary to me. It's very, very scary. It's dope. Very, very cool. Nervous about this one. Nervous about this one. All symbol characters are going to be crazy. I mean, hell, even if you're a 6-hand size character, right? Like, just a 5 diff 6 high for 6 is just like, it's just good stats on a 1 high block. Like, if the goal is to just, like, slam numbers down your opponent's throat, holding all the cards does it. This is not one of the cards that I've really put a ton of thought into. I like this one a lot. Probably do a lot of experimenting with this one. From here, we've got Mutant Mashup. 6/3, 5 mid for 5, has the ally keyword, 3 mid block. Blitz, mill 2, add 1 ally card with printed difficulty 4 or less from your discard pile to your hand. Sadly, Mutant Mashup cannot go pick up Mutant Mashup. There are, though, because it is the all-attune symbol, there are a ton of really awesome ally cards from past sets that you can go pick up, My favorite being Tasty Riff. I will play Tasty Riff in my Mutant Mashup deck. I will mill 2 and go pick up Tasty Riff, one of the best 2 checks that has been printed in the past few years. Risk reward of that, it's a 2 check. This is a 6 diff, so there's a bit of a deck building constraint with it. But like just the ability to go and pick up cool ally card, like this card says mill 2, this 6 diff says pick up an attack card. And then inside of Mega Mutant, it's not a 6 diff 5 for 5, it's a 6 diff 6 for 6. And then that ally, 4 diff ally that you picked up is going to get even more stats because this was an ally in your card pool, and so on and so forth. I mean, the moves are just going to keep rocking and rolling. So I think if you're playing Mega Mutant, I think this card's almost an auto include if you're playing a bunch of cool 4 diff allies. But everywhere else, I think it's going to be a little hit or miss. It really depends on what allies you're able to pick up. From here, I've got Reactive Kick. Great picture. 5/3, 5 high for 5, 1 high block, EX2 kick. Response, after you block with this card, draw a card. So it replaces itself on block. Notice there's some pretty high difficulty commons and uncommons here. I think this one's fine. I wish it had something a little more juice on our turn, but I think having a 1 high block that replaces itself on defense is acceptable. I think it probably doesn't pull its weight enough on our turn to see a ton of play, but easily can be a card that you start with and then upgrade later. But like if you're looking for a high block, on block draw a card is like not a bad place to want to be. From here, we've got Redirecting Push. 4/3, 1 mid for 4 with a 3 mid block. It's a throw. It says response after you block with this card, flip the blocked attack. This card is crazy. This card says response after you block with this card, before the damage step, flip and drop the attack. The attack never goes to the damage step, so it cannot deal damage. Redirecting Push is a 4 damage throw that is also an Omni block as an uncommon. If you are on the all symbol and if you need more block zone coverage and a guaranteed momentum, Redirecting Push is that card for you because we never get to the block step. This card I think is a sleeper hit of the set as long as you can deal with the issue of 3 block mod, which is a bad block, right? If you can deal with a bad block, you can officially make it happen. You flip the blocked attack, you'll take no damage. I think this card's dope. I think it's super, super good. I'm excited to see how many people figure out the fact that this one says when you block, you deal no damage. I'm so in. From here, we've got Special Report. It's a 3/3, 3 low for 3 with a 1 low block. EX3, an ally. Ton of 3s on this card. Response, after this deck deals damage, add a card from a discard pile, mine or yours, to the top of its owner's deck. So I will take and stack the top of my deck to make sure that I've got a good check, or I will stack the top of your deck to make sure, as I am April, that I get to trigger my enhance and make it nice and clean. If I've got a 6, I'll make you discard. I got a 3, I'll draw a card. And so a lot of cool pieces here, especially if there's a way for you to, at form speed or at response speed, draw some cards. I think this one's really neat. The thing that I see about this card is like, I really like this with Genkai. Genkai says, does Genkai say enhance if this attack deals damage or response if this attack deals damage? That might not work. Either way, again, stacking your deck, knowing what the top card of your deck is a very, very good thing to happen inside of this game. So the fact that this card gets to know what's on top of your deck and sometimes know what's on top of your rival's deck, very, very good. From here, we've got Stomping Through Town. 1 difficulty, 3 check, 4 mid for 4 with a 2 mid block. It's got the ally and kick keyword. It has a static that says this attack gets +1 difficulty for each other card in your hand. This is a very, very cool card, especially in Mega Mutant, who, if you play this as your last card, this is a 1 diff that you play as your 6th card, that with Mega Mutant you give +6/+6. So this is a 1 diff 10 for 10 in Mega Mutant. That's so cool. This card is the card that makes Mega Mutant terrifying to play. Truly, truly terrifying. If you can figure out how to get the cards out of your hand and into your card pool, this card absolutely slaps in that guy. This is the card that I am terrified about. Very, very cool. And that's just like, that's tip of the iceberg stuff, right? It's got his big dumb face on it. I wonder what other characters are going to want to play this hyper late in their chains and just get some free 4 mid for 4s off. I don't know, but I'm excited to see. From here, we got Stun Baton Thrust. It's a 3/3 with a 0 mid for 1. It is a 1 mid block. It's got Stun 2. It says Blitz, ready 1 rival foundation. And then Response. After you play this attack's stun ability, this attack gets X speed and X damage. X equals the combined printed difficulty of the foundations stunned by that ability. So this 3 difficulty, 0 mid for 1, if my rival is foolish enough to pick up, to leave ready a singular 3 difficulty foundation, I will selectively ready a 3 difficulty foundation of theirs, and then stun them too, and my 3 difficulty move gets +6/+6. Seems pretty good. Where this card is actively bad is if my rival has any ready face downs. This is a 0 mid for 1, stun 2. So if they have face downs, it's pretty abysmal. It's pretty bad. What about Flip Foundations? Yeah, Godzilla talks. It is a 0. Flip Foundations, their printed difficulty is 0. So, really potent if my rival's board does things. Really bad if they are flipped even a little bit. Even a little bit. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this one. I think this one, it looks really cool on paper, but probably not very good in practice. Really cool threat. You're going to put it in your deck, you're going to sleeve it up, and every time you draw it, you're going to look at your rival's board and be like, wow, all those cards are face down. This is the worst 3 difficulty attack I've ever seen in my life. I love the picture of this guy's skeleton. It's so funny. It's so funny. There's something like truly magical and wonderful about cartoon people getting electrocuted and then showing their entire skeleton through their skin. It's so sick. It's so cool. Stun 4 and Paul Phoenix. Chase, that's actually kind of crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, I didn't think about tacking stun on top of it. That's kind of good. I cannot wait for +0/+0 and then +0/+0 when they commit 4 face downs, though. It's going to be sick. From here, we've got Scumbug, Inscrutable Insect. Secret rare backup, 4, 5, 6 stamina. It's got a 0 mid block. Has the ally unique and elusive keywords. Elusive meaning this backup cannot be attacked by your rival's first attack each turn. Very difficult to deal with. This one says, enhance, look at the top card of a player's deck, mine or yours. You may have that player mill 1. So I can mill 1 or you mill 1. And the response after the attack is declared an attack as a backup. So before they make the control check, before they pass anything, if this is backup, after this backup attack, draw a card. I think this backup is really weak. With that said, constantly having the known information of what is on the top of yours or your rival's decks is insane. It's very, very good. 4 difficulty just might be a little high of a cost to have that information, but if you are using, from a past set of universes, if you're a big Jaegerist Followers fan, this is a 1-card Jaegerist follower that you don't have to flood your deck with 10 extra things that are way easier to interact with and deal with than the single Scumbug. Also got a beautiful 0 mid block. You draw cards off of this one. This one's tough to deal with the 6 stamina and the elusive. As well as you look at your rival's deck, and anytime they have a 5 on top, you mill it and say, hey, you might check a 3 now. Hey, you're going to draw a card? It's an attack? I'll mill it. You don't draw the attack card. I don't know exactly how I feel about Scumbug right now, but the 4 in the top left corner is just making me trepidatious. It might be crazy good. It might be crazy good. But the 4 is making it a little weird. I'm not sure how she sits. I'm not sure. Time will tell. From here, we've got Ancient Secrets of Ninjutsu. It's a 2/4 3 mid block with a unique keyword, which means you only have one of it in your stage. Enhance Commit. Your kick, punch, or slam attack gets +2 speed and +2 damage. If this card said Enhance Commit 1 foundation, your kick, punch, or slam attack gets +2 speed and +2 damage, I think that I would be in. But this one just committing itself for +2/+2 on a 2/4 with a poor block, I'm out. This card's not very good. It's an uncommon, doesn't have to be good. It's unique. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. Obviously, the idea here is that you use it with Splinter to then commit it, Splinter, re-ready. Juice, not worth the squeeze. I'll play something else. Clumsy Entrance. Now we're talking. This is some card art. This is a 2/4 with a 2 high block. No keywords. First enhance, which means the first thing you do during an attack. Flip. If this is the first attack played this turn, add it to its owner's hand. A card with the same name as that attack cannot be the next form played this turn. This is a hilarious name for a hilarious card. Let's talk about some multiple applications. My rival plays an attack that I don't want to deal with. They play it, I first enhance, add it back to their hand. They have to either play a different card as a form or place some form ability in their stage to then be allowed to replay that move. Possibly increasing the progressive, letting me block a different attack and then breaker them so that I don't have to deal with that first attack initially. There's a little bit of movement happening to disrupt kind of what they got going on. The other thing that this card does is that whenever I play a move, it's a high impact move. It's a move that I want to make sure that something happens to it. If my rival plays anything at response speed to interact with what I'm doing, response after your rival plays an attack, put its speed and damage to 0. I will just, my first enhance, Clumsy Entrance, pick my card back up, play a different move, play my attack again. So there is like this multi-purpose redo button that on your turn might be impactful to get around some of my rival's disruption. And then on my rival's turn, disrupt them enough to maybe they don't play it a second time. Interesting. I can use it on my Unyielding to play it later. That's cool. Hey, you've got a really potent, really cool on blitz ability that you want to play. You play it, you activate your blitz, you Clumsy Enhance, you pick it back up and say, I'll play this again next turn. That's cool. I'm into that. That's dope. Daily Meditation. 1/5 2 mid block form flip. Look at the top card of your deck. You may mill 1, period. Form, I know what I'm going to check. If it's bad, I don't want it. I'll mill it. In Leonardo's case, it's also +1 damage. I think this card's fine. I think if your deck is looking for 1/5 2-bet blocks, I think this is an absolutely beautiful card. I think genuinely, offensively, even if like making sure that like you play around the last card, right? What's the name of it? Clumsy Entrance. This card is a perfect counter to Clumsy Entrance, which is very funny because he's Daily Meditation. He's calm. He's not clumsy. He's focused and pristine. This is a form that is not playing the card you just played. And you guarantee your check. I think the card is dope. Will it find room in play? I think it really depends on how aggressive your deck wants to be and how important it is raw passing checks are. I think that will matter. But all in all, I think this card is totally fine. I'm excited to see what aggro 7-hand size all symbol monstrosities people start playing with Daily Meditations. Just absolutely ripping the rival to shreds because they know they're going to check 5s. It's dope. Don't use that word. 2/5 without a block, which means that you're not allowed to even attempt to use this card as a block out of your hand. Love that. Beautiful. I love non-blocks in our game. There's no sarcasm there. I genuinely do. Response flip. At the start of your rival's combat phase, name a keyword ability. EX, powerful, echo, breaker, technically. You can call breaker. That keyword ability cannot be played this turn. Again, the name matching the card ability is so incredible this set. Don't use that word. EX. You can't use those ones. Don't use that word. Powerful. Don't use that word. Echo. Love it. Absolutely love it. I want to put this in my deck just so I can flip it and point my finger at my rival, put it right in their face, and be like, powerful. And they're like, I don't want any powerful. It's like, I don't care. Don't use that word. It's all I want. It's all I want. Incredible card. I'm very excited. I think there's a lot of fun factor to be had with this card. Maybe my favorite design card in the entire set so far. Leonardo's Discipline. This is a very sad picture for Leonardo's Discipline. He's so sad here. 3/5, 2 high block. Enhance commit. This deck gets +X speed and +X damage. X equals the number of copies of Leonardo's Discipline in your discard pile +1. So, Leonardo obviously is a character that's trying to take the cards from the top of his deck, put them in his discard pile. So all you really want on your board is a singular copy of Leonardo's Discipline, right? Because you don't get the bonus returns for the extra ones in your stage. If I've got one in my stage and none in my discard pile, I commit and I get +1/+1. If I've got 2 in my stage, none in my discard pile, it's +2/+2. Twice, so 4/4. If I got 1 in my stage, 1 in my discard pile, I guess it's... Oh, it'd be 1/1 twice. This would then be 2/2 on it. Anyways, more cards I put in my discard pile, the better off it is. If I have got 1 Leonardo's Discipline in my stage and 3 in the discard pile, I commit this for 4/4, which is great for Leonardo. It takes those kind of weenie attacks that we saw at the top of that with this mill game plan, and Discipline says that I get to do them severely. This is a card that I'm down to re-ready with with Splinter, excuse me. That I'm down to re-ready with Splinter. Hey, let's give this thing +4/+4. Splinter, I'll re-ready it. My next attack, +4/+4. Yo, that's where it's at. Oh, wait. Does Splinter say we only ready on our opponent's turn? I believe he does. I'm pretty sure Splinter says only on my rival's turn am I allowed to re-ready. So that line does not work. This card's a little worse than that character then. Martial Knowledge. 1/5, 2 low block. Response flip. After your rival plays an attack with printed difficulty 5 or greater, draw 1 card, period. Kind of difficult. 5 diffs are not played all the time. They're kind of either like your turn starters or your big bombs at the end. And also, it's very difficult for your rival to play a 5 difficulty or play an attack with printed 5 difficulty on my turn. They have to be playing it as an attack because it doesn't say I have to play an attack card. It's play an attack. So you don't get to use it on defense for the draw. Or sorry, you don't get to use it on offense for the draw when they like block with something. Bit of a conundrum here. I think it's a 1/5 too low block. If you are looking for a flip draw card, I think this is decent. Lets you be a little more aggressive with your hand on your turn. If you think they're gonna play the 5 diff, you slam a couple of these, redraw some blocks, and then have a good time. But asking my rival to play a printed 5 difficulty, there are some decks that just like actively don't do that, which means it's a bit of a dead card in your deck. Those decks are few and far between, but it's not like people are loading up their deck with 5 diffs. Card's fine. Card's okay. Stealth and Cunning. Now this looks a little bit like the Leonardo's Discipline that I wanted. 2/6, 2 mid block. Stealth and Cunning. Response Tenacious, which means playable while it's committed. After this card is committed by rival effect, good thing it's Tenacious, draw a card and add a card from your hand to the top of your deck. So I will draw one and then guarantee my next check. I believe that every single symbol should have access to some amount of like stun hate, damage reduction hate, damage pump, speed pump, speed hate. This is a perfect example of a beautiful 2/6, 2 mid block stun deterrent style card. If you stun me, I get to all but guarantee block this card. I will draw a card, take the card that I'm not going to use as a block, stack my check, make it amazing. So good. So good. Love this card. Love this card. The fact that it rocks a 6 check is also very cool. I'm so in. This is so good. So neat. I'm in for this card. I think this card's super, super dope. Easy 2 of if you are missing stun hate and if you've just got the all symbol on your character. Incredible. No notes. The long version. Beautiful, beautiful picture. If you haven't seen the movie, this art makes literally 0 sense. It wasn't even like family picture or like where it all began or whatever. It's just the long version. 1/5, 3 low block, enhance, commit. This deck gets -2 speed. If it has 3 or more keywords, it gets -3 speed instead. Keywords do include both keyword traits and keyword abilities. So like traits being like punch, kick, slam, and abilities being like echo, powerful, EX. And so it does count for both. It does count for both. And so I think as a 1/5, 3 low block, commit for -2 speed, I think it's dope. I think it's super, super rad. And then the more they put keywords on things, the more potent this card becomes. I'm here for it. From here, I've got Unarmed Combatant, 2/5, 1 mid block. Response, flip. After you block with a non-attack card, it gains Breaker 2. Love this. Aptly named Unarmed Combatant. After I block with a non-attack card, a non-aggressive card, it gets Breaker 2, which is politely putting up your hands and saying, please don't hit me anymore. Make your next attack harder to play. Makes your card hard to play. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Beautifully named card. Great design. Great design to tell you exactly what this card is supposed to do. A+. No notes. How good is the card? I think this card is good. I think this card's going to see a ton of play. 2/5 with a 1 mid block feels good. And then it being like, if I block with a card that has Breaker and is a non-attack card, if I block with a card that has Breaker and is a non-attack card, stacking extra Breaker 2 on top of it is just going to feel very, very strong. I dig this one a lot. I think this one's super, super dope. From here, I included the all-symbol starter deck mechanically unique cards inside of these. So if you look, the art is vastly different. We've got high 3. All my Turtle brothers, all high 5. 6/3, 6 mid for 6 with a 1 mid block. It says Blitz. The speed and damage values of the next attack you play this turn become 6. So I've got a 6 mid for 6 coming. And then I play a silly 1 difficulty move. That's a 1 diff, 1 mid for 1. It's bad. It's terrible. It's whatever. High 3 makes it a 6 for 6. That's pretty good. And then any modifiers get added on top of that. So if I then give it an extra +2 speed or minus whatever, or the next one has -2 speed or whatnot, the damage values become 6, and then the reduction gets added. Man, I love this black spray paint bar here. It's really good. Are these on any other cards? Any other attacks? I'm going to go back a bit. Have I just missed that black spray paint bar? It's technically there, but way harder to see. It's kind of there. It's kind of there, but not. Like, it's kind of there, but not. This black spray paint bar, I think it's because of these guys here. That's very obvious that the black spray paint bar is there. I really, really, really like the templating on this one. I dig it. From here, we've got martial art moves. It's a 3 diff, 3 check, 3 high for 3 with a 1 high block. Not a 3 high block. It's only got 3 keywords on it. Ally, kick, punch. This card's alright. If you're looking for a 3 diff, 1 high block, it's fine. It's alright. 6/6 Patra Baby is sweet. Yeah, I agree. I agree. This card's fine though. Martial art moves is whatever. It's nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. If you need a 3 block, a 3 diff, I guess. There's one for you. If the keywords matter to you, I guess as well. That's okay. From here, we've got Teenage Downtime. 1/5, 3 high block. Enhance, commit, draw 1 card, add a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck, period. Insane that this card's not a pizza card. This card absolutely should be a pizza card. There's so much pizza on this card. There's so much pizza on this card. There's more pizza on this card than pretty much every other pizza card I've seen. There's so much pizza. I think this card is super dope. This card is essentially commit, draw a card, discard a card. Without the downside of you lose that card. This is you stack the bottom X cards of your deck for however much teenage downtime you have. So if you know you're playing a control deck, if you're playing a control deck, you can take and start committing your cards, taking your really potent attacks and like stack it on the bottom. So when you get to the bottom of 6 cards of your deck, I'm a 6-hitter, I'll draw up. I found a kill turn. Hey, I did it. I dig this one a lot. I think this one's really, really cool. I think this is some really high skill to playing this card correctly, which I'm so down for. Currently in the game, there's not a lot of strategies and ideas, tactics and strategies that utilize wanting to try and get to the end of your deck, or play a super late game in this kind of fashion. The fact that Teenage Downtime lets you get to do that is very cool. Chad, my throat hurts. How much more do I got? I am on slide 63 of 200. I think I might have to be done. My throat's just killing me. Yeah, I think I might have to be done. If I am to have a voice and a throat tomorrow. So with that, I think, Chad, that's gonna do it for the stream tonight. I sorry to make it so abrupt, but my throat is actively dying. Still getting over this illness, and I don't want to push my vocal cords, because I want to use them throughout the week. I'm still recovering, getting better. But I will be back tomorrow, and I will be back at an appropriate time to do at least 2 more of these. I think I'm down to do 2 more, and then get on and yap with the final round guys, and then after that, if I'm still feeling it, I might do a 3rd one. But I will be doing some more first looks at minimum, and then Thursday, because today's Tuesday, that would be Wednesday. Thursday, Super Show with Barrett, and then probably do the last few after the Super Show, if my voice is feeling it. And then, because I gotta save my voice for the top 8 on Friday, because it's a 7-hour stream. I can't not be there. Yeah, it's a 7-hour stream. I just can't not be there. So, with that, chat, thank you all for hanging out. I do greatly appreciate it. I hope you liked all the TMNT cards. A lot of them are way cool than I expected. Way cooler than I expected. I'm excited to see what the rest of the set really looks like. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be rad. So with that, no